Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. And what an odd game we streamed last night. If you haven't had the chance to see any of Thank Goodness You're Here, at least watch a couple of minutes of it, just so you understand what we went through. It was a very strange game. Simon absolutely loved it. I did enjoy the comedy, but I thought it was a little hard one in terms of gameplay. It was an intriguing game, though. Very unusual indeed. Somebody with a very individual mind, but one that appeals to British people of our age, because it really referenced Britain we grew up in a very accurate way, in a terrifyingly accurate way. Anyway, that was last night. Today I'm going to be having a go at a puzzle which features sleeper cells, and I don't know if I've used these modifiers before. I'm intrigued to find out. Well, I'm not. I'm probably not going to find out exactly if I've used this, so I'm intrigued to find out how this puzzle plays. And there's some odd lines in the grid that we're going to have to deal with. This is by Bearded Fool, who is new to me and probably new to the channel. Really looking forward to giving this a try. Don't forget that on Patreon you can still try Hollywood Lunchbox before the deadline. It's a collection of quite tough sandwich puzzles, although they get easier after the first one. That's virtually a guarantee based on the comments still coming in from the hundreds of successful solvers, so well done to them. There's other stuff on Patreon as well. There's, of course, Sven's Sudoku pad, the marvellous resource that it is, and our merch. And there are all of our apps, which include Domino Sudoku and Line Sudoku. And all of these types of line do feature in the app. The red one is a rarer one, and I will go through the rules now to establish that. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 goes in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. We have to... there's Kropke dots. So the black dots separate. No, they don't celebrate. They separate cells with digits which have a 1 to 2 ratio. So this could be 1 and 2, or 3 and 6. There are white dots which separate cells with consecutive digits. So this could be 7 and 8. Adjacent cells on a green line have a difference of at least 5. Now, there is going to be a modifier to this rule, but I'm telling you what the rules for lines are, first of all. Digits along a red line alternate between even and odd, so that would have to be one of each. Digits on a purple line form a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in any order. That's a Renban line. The green is a German whisper. The red is a sort of parity line. And on the blue lines, the box borders divide the lines into segments with the same sum. So that has the same sum as those 3 and the same as those 2. Different blue lines can have different sums. Now, here comes the kicker. Sleeper cells. Every row, column, 3x3 box and line has exactly one sleeper cell. Sleeper cells, though always appearing on the lines, the sleeper cells will always be on lines, okay, are skipped when it comes to line logic. For example, a purple line that reads 18342 is valid if the 8 is a sleeper cell, as the digits that are not 8 form a valid purple line. Additionally, all sleeper cells contain digits equal to their 3x3 box number. So this is box 1 up here. This is box 2, box 3, box 4, box 5, box 6, box 7, box 8, box 9. So that's telling us which sleeper cell is in which box. And those sleeper cells, as I understand this, they have no particular value. They're basically null. And they're going on lines and messing up the lines. I presume that allows you to have a repeat on a Renban line. That wasn't in the example, but it must be possible. And I suppose if you're alternating along this line, then something could get in the way and you'd have to alternate between those two if that was the sleeper cell. That's really, it's this very strange rule. It could mess with our heads very badly, but I'm very interested in this idea. I think we had cells that were, the closest I can remember is in a puzzle that involved a murder. We were investigating a murder, had to draw a slow thermo line through all of the rooms, and there were cells in each 3x3 modifier cells of some sort in each 3x3 box that carried their own box number. So I've done something similar to this before, if not exactly the same. Anyway, you don't care about that. You just want to see me crack on with the puzzle, or you want to try it yourself on the first link below the video. But I'm starting now. Let's get cracking. What on earth can we do? Right, we've got a black dot sequence. Black dots don't seem to be affected by the rules. It's only on the lines that the values are affected. So a black dot is going to be normal. As normal as anything we'll get in this puzzle. This sequence of 3 has to be either 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. So that central digit is 2 or 4. And, well, you see, I want to, oh, that's so annoying. I want to say this digit is low, so this digit is high. But of course, there can be a sleeper cell on this green line. And let's bear in mind this rule that the sleeper cell in a box carries its box number. So the only sleeper cell that is in this box is a 4. Oh. So it is one of these 3 cells. This is either 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. So the sleeper cell must be in one of those cells. So there isn't, okay, I'm going to do some colouring. There is no sleeper cell in those greens. I'm going to try and colour the sleeper cells red and the non-sleeper cells green where possible. And we'll see how that goes. Oh, was there something... What? I'm sorry, I'm reading the rules again. Oh my goodness, I just skipped over this. This is really important. Every row, column, box and line has exactly 1 sleeper cell. That must mean there are 9 lines in the puzzle, which there are. Actually, that very slightly clears up some confusion I was having about why this line branches. Because my natural inclination, if I'd been drawing a blue line that included those 4 cells, would have been to draw it in orthogonal cells. Why it branches there, I was wondering why has the author chosen to do that? Why is Bearded Fool doing that? Oh, I suppose there's this picture. We may be looking at a picture of a sleeper. I didn't read out that the last 5 letters of the instructions are Zzz. Maybe this is somebody sleeping and I'm just not good at recognizing it as a picture. That might be why it branches. Okay, what I'm talking about is, I was wondering, is there any possibility that this blue line is meant to be split into 2 segments, one like that and one like that? Which would be weird and doesn't really happen with blue lines. I mean, in some ways, it's a bit strange that this purple line has been drawn with all the zigzags. Oh, it's to get Zs into the grid. That's why. That's why. Because of the Zs. Zzz, sleeping. There's another one. I see. Okay. Right. That's what's going on with the line shape. Let's forget all that. That doesn't matter. Now, if every sleeper cell is on a line, I can colour a lot of green that are not sleeper cells because they're not on lines, and I am never afraid to overmark the grid. So look, at least those cells cannot be sleeper cells. And yes, I mean, I should be colouring those as well because they're not on lines. So the only place for a sleeper cell in box 4 is here. It is a 4. Because the sleeper cell in box 4 is a 4, and that gets me a few more greens to colour. and it means that these other cells are a 2 and an 8. Now, that is effectively not on this green line. So apart from that, it is going to obey German whisper rules. It's also not going to have another sleeper cell on it, because each line has 1. There are 9 lines, 9 sleeper cells. So, where are we now? On this line in this box. Well, the trouble is we don't know anything about high and low. We just ignore that 4 completely. This could be low or high. The 2 low digits remaining are 1 and 3, which could be there and there. This would then have to be a 9. Otherwise, these are high digits, and this is 1 or 3. So this is 9, 1 or 3. This one, I don't know. I mean, I know 5 can't be on that green line, and that's really all I know. But it's the only line where I've found the truth, as it were. Oh, let's think about the lines, though. We've got to get... Right. In box 9, the sleeper cell is on one of those 2 blue lines. In box 6, it's also on one of those 2 lines. That's going to account for those 2 lines as sleeper cells. Therefore, these are not sleeper cells, because that would be a second sleeper cell on this funny pointy line. This one, there is a sleeper cell in box 3 in one of those cells, so there isn't another one on its line, so that goes green. This is a way we can have a go at this. Right, in row 9, there is a sleeper cell in one of those 2, so this line can't have another one. Now in box 7, there is a sleeper cell in one of these, so there isn't in column 3 in one of those. So now there is a sleeper cell in one of these. There is a sleeper cell in one of these in box 8, so these all go green. Now, the red line needs a sleeper cell. We know exactly where it is. That's going to colour a bunch more cells. Ah, there is a way to approach this puzzle. I was sitting here going, how do you even start doing anything with this rule in operation? And we found out. So that's good. We need one in row 4. That is going to give me a little bit more green. Now this line has had its one, so that's green. One of those is red, so that's green. Okay, and we're down to, I don't think I can do much more. I know that one of these is a sleeper for the purple line, one of those for the blue, one of these for that blue line, one of those for that purple line, and one of these for that blue line. But we've found all the sleepers. Oh, we can write in numbers. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Bearded Fool. There is a way to just get going. 2. We can write in the box number for each of those. So, one of these is a 3, one of these is a 1, and won't be counted on their... Yeah, it's kind of negative information, isn't it? That we're going to ignore a 7 in one of these 3 cells on the line that it's on. But that's fine. I mean, I'm taking anything I can get on this puzzle. Now, there's a black dot here. Black dots are genuine. I like black dots. They're actually doing a job. Oh, hang on. White dots are genuine, and there's a 9 on this one. So that is a 9-8 pair. Yes, I'm sure the dots are genuine. We're not ignoring those. And this digit is also 9, 8, or 7 to connect on a white dot with that one. It could be a repeat of that. That's fine. Now, this, okay, the 9, right, that's lovely. The 9 is a red cell here, and we don't count it. We do count the 8, and that means the region sum total for this line is 8. So these 3 add up to 8. They include a 1, and they're either 1, 2, 5 with the 5 here, or they're 1, 3, 4 with the 4 up here and not there. I don't think I can do more than that with the pencil marking. So that was an interesting white dot. I was going to look at this black dot, which both the participants are on a Renban line, so they're not 4, 8. Oh, look, there's no 5 on this Renban line. Look at that 5. That was how I was... I was about to say they're not 4, 8 because you can't put 5, 6 and 7 there, but I realise you can't put 5 anywhere. So these are not 3, 6 either, because then the line would need a 5. So they are either 1, 2 or 2, 4, and they include a 2, and that has to be there. This is a 1 or a 4. Now, the line definitely needs a 3 on now, which is here. And either a 4, well, yes, we can't have a 5 on the line. Oh, that's the simpler way to see it, is the line had, once there's no 5 on a 4-cell Renban, it's either 1, 2, 3, 4 or 6, 7, 8, 9, and the black dot is telling us which way around that goes. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm building up a bank of small digits here and here. Hang on. I've totally miswritten what was going on there. If this was 1, 2, 5, it's a 2 in one of those cells. So there's also a small digit in one of these two. I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 now. So I'm counting the 1, 2, 3, 4s in these 2 rows. I've got 1 there, 2 there, that's 3. 1 in these 2 cells, so let's call that 4. 1 in these 2 cells, the German whispers. So we'll say we found 5. That almost doesn't allow these to be all 3 low. If those are all 3 low, being a 1, 3, 4, we've found all the low digits in the 2 rows. Annoyingly, I can't quite rule that out. Now, I'm trying to just ignore this 6 on this line. Ignore the fact that I've put 2 2s on a Renban. What else can we do? This is a strange old puzzle. That black dot. No, I don't know. I don't know what to do with that black dot. I don't think this blue line's helpful. I'm ignoring a 1 up there. This doesn't have to be a 6. Actually, it does, because it can't be a 3, because that would have to be 1, 2 and would break. It can't be 4, 5, because it sees them both. So this is actually 6, 7, 8 or 9 and is a high digit, but it doesn't, I would normally get that because I'd be adding 3 digits here to get at least 6, but I don't know that that digit is going to be added. Oh goodness, it's hard to know what to focus on. 6 in box 4 is in one of those 2 cells. If it was here, that would have to be a 1. Then that would have to be a 1. Oh, that's interesting. That doesn't work. That's quite interesting. I mean, it's a little complicated given what we've done out before this. But if this was a 6, that would be a 1. Oh, I thought that would make this a 1. And now... No, hang on, that's not right. That's fine. This is fine. If this is a 6, this has to be a 1 by the whisper rule. That makes this a 1 on this line. And because these can't be 2, 5, they'd have to be 3, 4. But now you would have 1, 3, 4 all looking at row 5, column 6, which is impossible. So that is not the 6. This is where 6 goes in box 4. I mean, that is slightly complicated, but it's quite interesting, and I'm satisfied to have achieved it. Right. I still think there's something odd going on with the high digits, the 7s, 8s, 9s in these rows, but I don't know what it is, so I'm leaving that. I might be missing something there. You can think about that in your own time if you want. This long old purple line, now, it's going to have a sleeper digit on it. But the rest of the line is going to be 7 cells long. So it must contain the digits 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 is seeing all of those cells. Oh, hang on. Have I just ruled out this from being a 1 at all? No, I haven't. Absolutely not. We could still have these as both high. These are, in fact, either a 7-9 pair or a 1-3 pair. So 5 in the box is in one of those two cells. 5 in this box is in one of those 3. Haven't touched the red line or its really operative parts. No idea. Haven't really haven't encountered anything on that blue line. This one I'm kind of almost done with once I know what's going on there. This one is very hard to get a handle on. I just think these digits, they could even include repeats. I don't have an idea for the total they add up to. Okay, let's come back to this purple line again. And now I was saying it's got to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on. And a couple of other digits. I don't know. I want to force something onto it, but I don't know what. Ah, it's 2. No, it doesn't have to have a 2. If it did, it would be in those cells. That's not helpful. Ah, here's another thought. That 1, 3, 4 set on this purple Renban, see all of these cells. So now they can't be 1, 2, 3 or 4. And they must be quite high. Oh, there's something interesting about this not being a 3. And that is this line. This has a bogus 3 on it. So it can't have a real 3. And therefore, this pair can't be a 2-4 pair. And it can't be a 1-2 pair. Because they would be genuine digits on the purple Renban line, and there would have to be a 3 on it. If it was a 1-2 pair, the line would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, which it absolutely can't be because of this now. If it was a 2-4 pair, there'd have to be a genuine 3 on it, but we could only put a fake 3 on it. So they're not 1-2 or 2-4. Now, they could be 4-8, and the line would have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that's too many cells, because there'd be a fake 3. They can't be 4-8. I wanted to say they can't be 3-6, but I think they must be 3-6. So what I'm saying is if this was a genuine 4-8, you'd have to find room in these 3 cells for a genuine 5, 6, 7 and a fake 3. Well, we can't do that. So this is a 3-6 pair. So the 3 goes there and the 6 goes here, and the 3 is red. And that is green and not a 3. And now we're not trying to join 3 and 6 on this line because the 3 doesn't count. We've just got a Renban line with a 6 on it. And these could be almost any digit. They could be a 2-4 pair. They could be 4 and something higher than 6. How is that helping so little? That's a really fascinating find. Okay, it's helping a bit, because I know this isn't a sleeper cell now, and this is, and is a 1. And now those 3 cells add up to those 3, and I know nothing about their contents, but I at least placed another sleeper cell. Oh, this is crazy, this puzzle. Oh, I just don't think this line is useful. I mean, it can't have a 1 on it. I mean, it can't by Sudoku anyway, so that's a total irrelevance. Oh, that's so frustrating. It could still... No, it can't have a 2 on it either. Okay, so 2 in the box is confined to those cells. I mean, it's not a lot, but it did at least tell me something. There's a 2 by Sudoku in one of these places. That's getting interesting. Oh, there's an 8 in one of those, so that can't be 8. So that's odd, and this is even, and is 8, and is not the sleeper. And this is the sleeper, and is 9. And these are not sleepers, and therefore that's not 7, and that one's not 8. So we've got a sort of X-wing on the last 2 sleepers there. Oh, how did I colour that purple? Misclick. Now, has that done... That hasn't done anything else, I don't imagine. I mean, this crazy line, it's just not telling. Okay, the sleeper. Oh, there. No, the sleeper could be an 8 on this line. No. Oh, there's an 8 looking at that cell. Right, so that's not the sleeper 8. There we go. That's just sleeper Sudoku. Right, so we've found all of the crazy digits and we're writing them in because we know they're box numbers. 7 there, 8 there. Okay, at least they've got out the way now and made room for everything else. They don't actually contribute anything as sleepers because we ignore their values. That's now a 9. That takes 9 out of these cells. Okay, that's something. There's a 3 in one of those, which I learnt slowly the hard way, despite having pencil marked it early on. 6, 4, 2, 8. There's a 7 in one of these two. Now, there's also going to be a 7 on this line, which, it's okay. It's not very limited in where it can go yet. I think a lot of this puzzle might be about trying to limit where digits go on this line. If it has an 8, it's either there or there, but it doesn't have to have an 8. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is going to be another 7 on it, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 2, 8, 4, 5, 7. So this is 1, 3, or 9 just by elimination in the box. So one of these is definitely a 9 because it's high. Yes, that is a fair conclusion. And leads to nothing else. 6, 2, 8, 4, 9. And these are from 1, 3, 5, and 7. That's all that we can put in those cells. So 9 in the row is in one of those two. In fact, this can't be 5, 7, 2, 6, 8, or 9. Oh, that's really helpful. Oh, I'm glad I did that bit of work. Look at row 4, column 7. Bingo. 5 and 7 are confined there in box 4. So this sees 5, 7, 2, 6 in the row, 8, 9 in the column. That has to be 1, 3, 4. Why am I getting so excited about that? Because of this line, which now cannot be 1, 3, 4 without breaking that cell. So this is a 5, 2, 1 line. And that is a big advance. Because we've now got 1, 2 looking across at that cell and this cell. We've placed that 5. Maybe it's not a big advance. It felt like it. This can't be a 1 anymore. This is 3 or 4. Probably goes there. This row, though, has had a 2 in it there. So this is 8, and this is 2. 6, 8, 5, 1, 2. Everything else in the row is 3, 4, 7, or 9. Ooh. I still haven't got the green polarities out of that, weirdly. I thought that was definitely going to be revealed. This can't be a 7. I should have known that. This is 1, 3, or 5. So this purple line, it's very reluctant to tell me its secrets. Ah, this digit cannot be 1 or 2. If it was low, it would be 3 or 4, but that wouldn't work on the German whisper with a 7 here. So that is high, and that is determining the parities on the whisper. This is low, 1 or 3. This is high and definitely 9. This is low, 1 or 3. 7 is placed in the box somehow. That seems to be right. Yes, that is right. So that's an 8 or a 9. Now, that's not a 9. This is 3, 4, or 7. I'm beginning to think 9 is not going to be on this line, which it wouldn't be a huge discovery anyway. 5, 1, 2, 6, 4, probably in one of those. 3, also probably in one of those. Not the way to solve it. That's not an 8. There's a 7 in one of these 3. That's not very interesting yet. Oh, there's a 2 on this line. Definitely now. I hadn't noticed that. Now, that means there is no 9 on this line. It can't get up to 9. It's only 8 cells big. So there's no 9 on this line. Therefore, these cells don't include a 9. The 9 in box 5 is in one of those two. Anything else about there definitely being a 2 here? No, it just means there's no 2 there, which I knew anyway. That's a 1-3 pair. That's a 5. Yes, 5 is placed. So now 5 can't be here on the purple line. It can't be there. 5's in one of those 2 and one of these 3. I've pencil marked 5s before and not been thrilled by what they found. But they've reduced this to 7 or 8. Now that's narrowing down this line a bit in a good way. This is such an interesting puzzle. I really am intrigued by it. There is a 3 in one of those cells, so that's not a 3 in the box. This is 4 or 7. Oh, goodness gracious. Every time we get somewhere, we then have to work out where to go next. Now, that's not a 3. So the 3 in column 1 is down at the bottom somewhere. Now, I haven't thought about this line in ages. Okay, this can't be a 6 because it's adding those 2 and they can't be 5, 1 or 2, 4. Oh, well that tells me where 6 is placed in this row. It's there. And that deals with 6 on this line. I'm just going to pick off the digits on this line one by one. We know there's a 2. We don't know if there's a 1 or an 8, but we know there's 3, 4 and 7 still to place. Now that can't be 4. So 4 is in one of these 3 cells. Oh no, it could be there. Okay, that's not true. 9 can't be on this line here because you would have to add it to something and that would add up to more than that cell. So 9 goes in the corner there. Now, one of these 3 is a 9, which will be interesting for whichever line it ends up on. It's not the purple line, because that's got a 2 on it, and it can't have a 9 on, so it's in one of those 2 cells. Now, in row 3, the 9... Oh, no, it could be on this blue line, because we haven't limited the total there. Oh, I've got a 1-3 pair in row 6. Don't know how long that's been there, but these are from 7, 8, 9. And now this line is limited a bit between totals of 8 and 11, which is actually a fairly unlimited total field. 9 is looking at that cell. That's an 8. That's looking at this cell, which is not an 8. We've placed 8 in box 7, and we now know that this line contains 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This... No, it's got the 5 and the 6 and the 7. Hang on. Am I missing a digit? Have I miscounted the length of the line? It's a 2, 3, 4... Yeah, no, sorry. There is a 7 to place still on the line. 2, 3, 4, 7. These 4 digits are 2, 3, 4, 7. That one couldn't be 2 or 3, I remember. Now, they all see that cell. Look at them. They're all looking at that cell, which can't be 2, 3, 4, 7 or 8 or 6. Is that interesting? Not today. Well, okay, it is interesting today because where's 6 in this row now? Well, okay, I didn't need to find it that way, but I did find it that way. It's gone on this red line, and that means these 2 are odd. That's the rule about this line. So this is 1 or 9. I know it's not 3 from that pair. This one is not 1. Is that all I've got on that? 3, 5, 7 or 9. I bet it's 9. No, I don't. I mean, it could be. 2, 5 and 6. Now, what are we finding here? 7 is in one of those 2 cells. No, there's only one place for 7 on this line, according to what I've done. Why didn't I let 7 be here or here? What happened there? I think I was trying to type 2, 3, 4, 7 into that set of cells. Okay, I think that was a mistaken bit of pencil marking. I don't see why 7 can't still be in one of these, so I'm restoring that. I actually thought I'd got the typing right, but obviously not. This is 4 or 5 by Sudoku. Got 1, 2, 3 and 4 to place in column 3. I mean, I really think Sudoku could be my friend for the rest of this puzzle. I'm certainly hoping that's the case because I understand it better than sleeper cells. But I've kind of finished with the sleeper cells in a way. 2 there. Column 6. Are you interesting, column 6? Box 5 has been so contributory that I just feel I ought to be able to... This can't be a 9. No, we had 2 positions for 9 there. This is a 1-3 pair. The 1, 2, 3, 4 here. No, these are from 3, 4, 5. And definitely include a 3. This is a 1, 2 pair. That's going to finish. Yes, that line's all right. Now, this line adds up to somewhere between 8 and 11. If it was 11, this would be 7, 4 or 6, 5. Though this would be not 2, 9, 6, 5 or 8, 3. This would be 4, 7 if this line added to 11. If it added to 10, it couldn't have a 2, a 6 or a 3 in it. It would be 1, 9. That's an annoying... Oh, that can't be 2 anymore. That's an annoying sort of collocation. 1, 9 if it was 10, 4, 7 if it was 11, no shared digits between them, but it could still be 9, in which case it would be 4, 5, or 8, in which case it would be 1, 7. That is a wide variety. For each total that's possible here, there is exactly 1 pair that we would fill in here. Irritating, frankly. Absolutely irritating. Now, I did notice earlier that 6 is a bit confined in the top row, and actually it's just 2 cells. That can't be a 3 by Sudoku, and nor can that. That's, was it because the cell was red that I couldn't notice that earlier? Probably. So, at this blue line, I'm going to have to think about it at some point. I'm still trying to put off the dreaded moment. 8, 6, 2, 4, 3, 7. We've got... There is a 5 in those, I know that. 2, 5, there's a 2 here. Maybe I need to think more about... Oh, the 4 is looking directly at that cell, so that's 3 or 7. So 4 is in one of these. I did notice that earlier, and it meant... I didn't pencil mark it, I did notice it. It means that 4 is in one of these cells in box 2, which I don't think is very helpful. But it is true. 3 is in one of those, so that's not 3. Now, this line, 7, 8, or 9. Now, I lost interest in that, because if it was 7, only 5, 2 is ruled out, and it could be 1, 6, or 3, 4. If it was 8, though, it would have to be 1, 7. And if it was 9, that's quite interesting. This would have to be 3, 6. Ah. Oh no, I was just about to say 5 must be in one of those, but that's not quite true. Okay, let's keep thinking about if this is 9, then that's 9. But anyway, if it's 9, this pair has to be a 3, 6 pair. And this pair would be 5, 4, definitely. 5, 4, 3, 6, 9, 8, 2. Ah. It is just possible for that to be 9. This is odd. Okay, let's focus on that. 7, 5, 2, 6. 1, 3, 4, 8, 9 still to place in the row. This is 1, 3, 4, or 8. Okay, can I rule out 7? Yes, no, no. 3, 4, 2, 7, 4. Oh my goodness, I mean, I'm one step away from a finish here. So it is very frustrating, but there we go. I don't believe the blue line is going to help me. It doesn't feel like my friend. This purple one, maybe that is, and maybe I'm just not getting it. We've got a possible 7 or 8 there. We don't have to have a 5 here. We also don't have to have a 9. I don't know what to make of that. This isn't... Okay, I'm moving away from that again. This pair, 3, 6, 2... Oh, there must be some way of getting through this straightforwardly. Because I mean, everything is known about this puzzle now. Okay, this one can't be 2, 9, 7, 5, or 6. So those are 3 of 1, 3, 4, 8. Oh, there's some absolutely basic Sudoku somewhere. One of those is a 7. There's just a simple what if lurking somewhere, mocking me nastily. If that was a 2, that would be 2, that would be 2. Oh, maybe I'll just think a bit further about this pair, which adds up to 7, 8, or 9. There's just so much optionality there, though. Okay, I'm going to rule out 9 again. Let's try that. This would be 5, 4. Oh, that would break this pair. Okay, if that's a 9, this can't be 1 because that can't be 8. This can't be 2 because that can't be 7. And therefore, this would be 4, 5, but that would break these cells. So that's not 9. There we go. That's complicated. That means 9 in box 5 is here. And I'm hoping that actually does something. It makes one of those 9. It makes the total here. It doesn't look like it does do much. Well, it puts 9 in one of these 2 cells. Yeah, that's interesting. 9's also in one of those 2. So 9 is now in one of these 2 in row flibbertigibbet, row 3. If that's a 9, we have to keep this down to 10 or 11. That would have to be a 1. You'd have 1 9 there. This would add up to 10. This would add up to 10 by being 7, 3 or 6, 4. Ah, I can't see it. Right, let's come back here and try and rule out 8, which would need a 1, 7 pair here and a 2, 6 pair here. What's the problem there? If that's 8, this is also 8. Here. I'd love to rule it out. I think 7 has weirdly more possibilities than 8. So why isn't it 8? This would have to be 6, 2. That would be a 6. That would be a 2. Head beginning to explode now. It's so strange that I couldn't rule 9 off this line. That would make this a 1. You'd have 4, 5 here. That would be 3 or 7. 9 there by Sudoku would put 9 there. So you'd definitely get 1s in those positions. Which does not seem to do a lot to the rest of the puzzle. Ah, right. 1 in the central box is in one of those 2. So those aren't 1. So the 1 in box 8 is in one of those. And now that's definitely a 4. Not a digit I was suddenly expecting to uncover at this point. But does it do anything? No, because 4 can still be on that. Otherwise, this is a 2, 4 pair. Oh, no, I was going to say, where's 1 in the box? Not interesting. 4 in the central box, no. Oh, that didn't do anything. That's really annoying. I don't want to have to come down to this blue line. 1, 6, 8, 4. I mean, this can be anything virtually. The total here is somewhere between 9 and 18. That is just too wide a range to think about this. I suppose the total here can't be 9, but that's... Well, the total here can't be 9 either because of that. Yeah, that is not worth thinking about. There's too many problems with that. 1 in the top box is in one of those 2 cells. Oh, 1 is now on the line here. Well, that got a bit more interesting. 9, 6, 8. 2 is down there. 1 and 5 are up here. 3, 4, and 7 are the other. This cell can't be 9, 6, 8, 3, 2, or 4. This is 1, 5, or 7. So we are getting quite limited on this line now, the one that I refuse to think about. This one is 1, 7, 8, or 9. No, it's not 1, because 1's in one of those. It's 7, 8, or 9. Okay, so has this got us anywhere? Answer, came there none. But 1, 5, 7. Oh, come on. Okay, come on. The minimum of these 2 adds up to 6, plus a 7 there is 13. The maximum of these 2 takes up to 21. That is just a huge range. But this had a maximum of 18. So that can't be, oh, this has a 1 on it. So the maximum wasn't 21. It was 1, 7, and 9, which is 17. So this doesn't add up to 18, but that doesn't make this a 9. Ah, if that's a 9, this has to be a 9. Then these 2 would have to add up to the same as those 2. That works. Bother. Oh, I mean, we're so close. It's probably quite straightforward now. But my head is wrecked from doing this work. 7, 5, 9, 2, 3, 6. Can't be a 1 either because of the 1, 2 pair here. So that is just 4 or 8. But it's not doing a job, that cell. 8, 6, 4, 2, 3. These are selected. Oh, that is 1 or 7. And this is from 1, 5, 7, and 9. Now, these are both odd. Yes, there's all the even digits looking at them. These are both odd, and we're not allowed to add them up to 12, so they definitely include a 1. If they added up to 12, with a 7, 5 being the minimum allowed, that would fail. So they definitely include a 1. That's going to be significant. That's going to make this a 5 and this a 1. And the 5 comes out of the possibilities here. These either add up to 8 or 10 now. And these, therefore, add up to 8 or 10. 8 would be 1, 7 or 2, 8. 10 would be 1, 9. Why is that not more helpful? These would add up to 8 or 10. 8 has all 3 possibilities available. 10 only has 7, 3 or 6, 4. Oh, come on, we got this 1. What else did we get here? We got the 5. It's the 1. The 1 isn't really doing anything else, is it? Nothing new. The 5 also is doing nothing new. But the total of this line is now 15, 14, or 13. This probably can't be a 2 anymore. That would be of a little significance. If that was a 2, yeah, we could only get to 11 maximum. So this is not a 2 or a 3, because this must add up to at least 13. Okay, so 2 is now definitely in one of these cells, and therefore that's not a 2. But we don't know what this is meant to add up to. Can I rule out 7 from there? Yes. The only positions for 7 up here are here. This can't be 7, and this line can't add up to 8, therefore. So this is a 7. This now is not 4, 3, or 2, 5. It's a 1, 6 pair. This surely is going to be enough. We've got, that's a naked 3 now. That's an 8, 9 pair at the top. That places 6. This is a 7. I'll look at that Renban in a moment. This is a 3. I'm just doing the Sudoku. Now we've got a 2-4 pair. That's a 5. This is a 7-9 pair. That's a 3. This is from 179. We've got a triple going on here. 17963. Now this Renban, oh, I don't know, still don't know. 6729 What about this pair? We've got a 3 on this purple line. So they're from 247 now. Along with that. 2-4 pair there makes this a 1, and we know what this line adds up to. It is 7, so that's a 6. This is 3, that's 1. That's 1. Oh, this has become 4 since we got a 7, so we're finishing off the middle rows, which is a huge relief, apart from 2 cells there, which weren't quite, I wanted them to have to be known parity, and they weren't. So this is a 5-4 pair. That is now 2 and 7, and this Renban is complete. Good. These pairs, that pair doesn't have a 5 in. This is 5 and 2 next to it. There we go. Now, this line adds up to either, only 2 possibilities now, 15 or 14. So that can't be a 9, or we'd get too much on this line. That's a 7. 14, 15 or 14, I said. No, I hope I didn't, because I don't seem to be able to get to yes, 14. That's a 2 to make 14, and that's an 8. Okay, I can get to those. Terrifying moment. 4, 5, and 8 here. Maybe Sudoku will finish off how the Renban works. 5, 6, 7, 8 on it. That is legal. That's become a 1. Now I'm finishing off. Now, this can't add up to 8 here, because that can't anymore. Okay, I should have spotted that before. So that's a 9, that's a 7. That now makes that 8, 9. Now we can do the maths. 1, 2, 5 and 8. And just box 9 and these rows to finish off. 1, 7, 6 here. I can put the 7 in. Still got this line to deal with. 3, 4, 5 here. Right. We're adding up to 10 on the line, so that has to be 6, and that's a 4, and that will finish. Brilliant. Brilliant puzzle. Absolutely mind-bending. The sleeper cells played a slightly different role from what I thought. You have awoken, says the solve message. That's brilliant. Well done, Bearded Fool. Great fun. Thank you for watching. As always, hope you had a go at that puzzle, because that was entertaining. Quite a long one for me, and enjoyed it a lot. As always, take on the Sudoku, have some fun. See you later. Bye for now.